Couples, where we are coming down from the peak.
Coming down from.
I can't believe we're even doing an episode right now. We're doing
commitment.
another fabulous, fantastic, scintillating
Scintillating.
episode of Power Couples
And you know why we're doing it right now? Because it's on the calendar.
on the calendar. And I didn't do my other show this week because we were in a training with our clients, like full on. And then Stephen was like, we got to do our show. And I was about to crash because we finished up and I did a few little admin things on my computer. And
Yeah, we finished up. I went directly into a training and you finished up some stuff and super cozy.
and then I started getting cozy, even though my robe is over top of my dress for now.
It's a great look though.
Thank you. I'm wearing comfy pants. This is a hilarious look, everybody. I got comfy pants on.
But they're like hemp, aren't they?
My cute little dress on. They're linen.
Linen.
My linen comfy pants. My dress that I was wearing today. And I love that I'm showing you all this. And then I got the robe over top. I mean, this is what I love so much about this particular show,
right?
Is that by the time we do it, we need help.
And I have a knife.
Oh, you want to show them your knife?
It's my knife.
This episode, Power Couples, is all about the wild world behind the scenes, the real raw world behind the scenes of our entrepreneurial life. And one day we will have other entrepreneurs on here as well. So welcome to Power Couples, the show where you're going to get behind the scenes with us. Today,
we're probably going to go through a little bit of a come down. Dissecting is not the word. Kind of like a power takes from the last 3 days we just did of client retreat. And
I'm in my robe.
It's so good. And some other goodies.
I put this robe on just to bring it down, but I was like, it's way too good. I'm not taking it off.
Here's the real question. What do you have for dinner? Someone else made dinner for us.
Made dinner for us.
That's amazing.
It's life-changing. Life-changing.
Yep.
Did you drink your tea?
It's gone.
Oh, so it's late afternoon of the last day of the week for us. It's Thursday for us as we record these episodes, which means it's the last day of the week because we work a 4-day work week.
TGIT.
TGIT. And we just did a 3-day training retreat with a really special group of our clients, our current longer term clients, and the clients who went through our Show Host Academy. And we brought them into their vision and the possibility of what happens when you actually get grounded in the reality, not the fantasy, but the reality of what you want in your life and your business and what is possible.
Yeah. So why the reality? Because the reality is based on facts. The truth is very movable. I could be like, what's the truth that you're living right now? Well, I can come up with any kind of truth I want. And it'll have some variance and some level of like lie in it. But facts
are the truth.
Real feelings.
And so it was really cool to dive into that because there is a lot of hype and hype and overhype and all of it in the entrepreneurial world.
Yeah.
And a lot of our people are just tired of it.
And
I think we are too.
It sells.
It does.
But the success rate in that kind of stuff is astronomically low.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, the churn rate, meaning the rate at which people leave, is really, really high.
Yeah.
And that right there is a formula for burnout, disappointment in your customers, and people just losing and giving up on the hope of entrepreneurship and doing their coaching and helping people, which is total bullshit, because the reality is that if we don't make it so that you can put your message out and you can get clients, people will suffer. There are lives on the line. And that's not hype. There's lives, there's businesses, there's like marriages, there's all sorts of things that are on the line. And I just think it's time to start taking this thing at the level it is and just take like the hype game from here and bring it down into the reality and just speak to people on the level that we want to be spoken to.
I like that.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing all week. We just had like the most easeful, sweet,
Mhm.
connected, and our online retreats are always that way. Like they're always easeful and sweet and connected and powerful and transformational. But this one felt more easeful than ever before.
Yeah.
And so we're doing an episode right now. I named it Coming Down Off the Peak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because we do
This is
like
a good
we
topic.
pour into it. We pour into it. Sometimes you all do it too. Like you either launch or you host an event or whatever it is. And then there's like, we got to come down off the mountain.
Mhm.
And uh, sometimes I don't know how to come down off the mountain when we've been in a bit. I do know how, but I do know how. Let me fix that. I do know how, but sometimes it's not easy. Like it's like,
Mm.
so I thought this would be a great topic for us to talk about.
Did you know, here's a fact. I don't know what the percentage is, but fact. The majority of deaths happen on the way down from people who climb Everest, not on the way up.
And I used to be a mountain climber, and the majority of accidents happen on the way down.
Yeah,
And I used to take groups into the mountains, and we always had to be really careful on the way down because on the way up, it's like there's excitement.
exactly. We
On the
planned
way
for
up
the
to the
peak.
launch, we're just like, yeah, we planned for the peak. We're stoked. We're excited. There's like, you're energized. And then on the way down, it's like, oh, we just like
Yeah.
drop it. And that's why right afterwards, right after a retreat or an event or something, today I did this. I cleaned my desk right away,
Yep.
process any like recordings or replays or anything I need to do, and take care of whatever little admin things I need to do right away. Cause I know I have about a 2 hour window where I'm like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. And instead of,
Powering
in-
down.
instead of fighting against that and being like, because sometimes Stephen will say to me, like, go rest. And I'm like, I'm not ready to rest yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going. So I just take that energy of still going and paying attention to do what needs to be done. And then I don't know, like probably an hour from now, I'll be like,
Yeah.
on the coach.
I'm from a sports background. I think of it like in a body, like we do warm-ups. We do a warm-up to get to the point where I'm now warm enough. So I've done a warm-up for my body. Then I warm up the movement or the exercise I'm going to do. And then I go hard at that thing. And then it requires a cooling down period to put it back to where it was. So it doesn't get stiff and it doesn't get sore and injuries can't happen. And it's not as like it can go the next day. It's no different than like a high performance. I'm going to talk. I got a male audience. Than a high performance sports car. If you start it up and floor it right away, it will blow up. It requires warming
I
up.
even
It
understand
requires
that.
like getting it up to the heat it needs to be to perform and where it was built. And then it requires you to cool it down.
Oh, like you can't just shut it off.
No, and as some people, unless it's like a big high performance one where they shut it off because they tear the engine apart and put a brand new one in every single time. But we aren't like that.
We have one engine. We got to take care of our engine.
Yeah.
We got to totally take care of our
I mean,
engine.
we have multiple engines. We have our heart, we have our adrenal glands, we have like all these little ones.
Yeah.
But I guess that's one engine system.
That is a really cool metaphor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't usually get sports or car references,
She
but
got
this
that.
one, I get this one because I feel it. It's like, right, you wouldn't just expect to stop. Because sometimes I'll be like, how come I can't stop? Like when we've been in doing and launch or event or service, like in a concentrated way, I'm like, how come I can't stop? There must be something wrong with me. And I'm like, nah, I'm like a high performance. Can I be a Ferrari?
Yeah, you can be whatever.
No. It's Lamborghini that I want to be,
A
right?
Lambo.
No, wait, which one? No, I want to be Lamborghini because I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's better. Well, who knows if they're better now. Anyway, I want to be Lamborghini. So which means like we warm up, we do the thing, and right now I'm in the cool down, thus having a delicious cup of tea. I'm showing it to my Instagrammers, those of you
Oh, yeah.
who are watching the regular show, and Stephen has
If
his
you're watching
Instagram.
this show, you're just going to get her like the top of her arm. There you go.
There you go.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it has to come down. And not only will it come down now, it's okay. So we go through this a lot when we do events, and it'll happen tomorrow too. And to be like, why? What's going on? I'm like, it's mental fatigue. Mental fatigue has to be taken as seriously as physical fatigue. And there's a process to actually recovering from mentally being stimulated and going through things. So mental fatigue's real.
Oh,
Entrepreneurs,
Ashaya. Hi, are you still here? Hello, lovely. What were we talking about?
exactly. Point in case.
What? No, no, it's case in point.
No, it's point in
No, it's
case.
somebody tell us in the comments. It's case in
It's
point.
case in point.
Case and point.
But on this show, I do whatever I want. So point.
Point in case. So I put up this new Lotus, and so it's kind of baggy on the side.
I noticed
here.
that.
But in your camera, it looks really cool.
In my camera, it's not a baggy Lotus.
It's terrible. Nobody
I got-
likes a
I got
baggy.
so many things. It's like, where does that go? It
No,
goes so far off.
Go anywhere good. A baggy Lotus. That's we should start a brand. We should start a brand called the Baggy Lotus. We're starting a new company, everybody. It's called the Baggy Lotus.
First product is?
I don't know. Like bags.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool idea to have like cool recycled.
We come with business ideas all the time. The one last night was
I
the
don't know if we
best.
can tell
We
them.
might not even tell you
No,
because
we can't tell
it
you
might
that.
come out.
Because that one and this one might come out as well. I've always had this idea of like, because I really love bags.
Yeah.
He knows that I love bags. I have too many bags. I just collect bags, like whether it's a grocery bag or a handbag. I love to go to like the thrift store and get bags. Just like, and bags are good for putting things in.
Yeah.
He's always like, why do you need another bag? And I'm like, for putting things in.
I get it.
So the Baggy Lotus, if you like the Baggy Lotus, tell me in the comments down below. So we're just testing out this new little background,
Yeah.
but once it can get actually like straight on the wall, like we might have to put a stick in it. Get Ainsley to put a stick in it.
Put a stick in the baggy Lotus.
Oh my God.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm sure it can just be pinned.
I can't even. I just left the show, everybody. That was it. It's over.
So good.
One more baggy.
You just
Lotus.
want to see your polka
I
dots.
just want to look at this cute thing.
It's cute.
There's little ruffles in the back.
Yeah.
Super cute.
I can't pull that off.
What?
I,
Oh,
Oh.
you can't pull that off?
Nope.
All right. So the Baggy Lotus. It's also an interesting name for a band, but I think it would be a little bit weird. So I shed my bathrobe because we're not going to the hot tub yet.
No.
And okay, so coming down off the peak, we want to give you some tangibles because that's what we do, apparently. How do we come down off the peak? One, know that it's going to happen. It's mental fatigue. You have to warm up and cool down. Like
Plan for it.
no, yeah, plan for it and expect it.
Yeah.
Expect that it's going to happen.
It's for sure going to happen. We're not planning for the peak, we're planning for the journey, and the journey has to be completed. For example, in the analogy of the mountain, it's returning safely home to wherever you came from.
Aw, returning safely home. I totally love that. And I love how haphazard this particular show is. All my other stuff is very structured because I'm a Virgo and I'm very like it's structured, but this show is hilarious in its
That's what happens when you mix
in this
Virgo and Gemini together. You
you
get
get a great flow.
structured flow.
Exactly.
Flowy structure.
You get flexured.
No.
No, not even gonna try.
Yeah. So plan for the whole journey.
Plan for the whole journey.
That's one of them.
And then also come down activities
Hmm.
after you've been like active in your business and your leadership. You're planning for the journey down. Make sure that you've got some come down activities, which for me, a couple of them is that after I've led a 3-day training, that my dinner is taken care of that night. Because otherwise I will literally go and start making dinner and I will make a big mess. And then that just doesn't feel good. So dinner is taken care of, whether we order, whether somebody makes it for us or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's really great. So dinner's taken care of. And then like body stuff. typically I would have a massage booked within 24 hours. My massage girl just canceled out on me. So if anybody knows somebody, if anybody, because she's in the middle of like a big move. Anyway, if anybody knows anybody who can come and give me a massage, that'd be awesome. So plan like something for your body and allow for me. So food, body, and then something for the mind, like allow yourself to just like, and that might be writing out the ideas that came through. So for me, after an event, I'll go right away and I'll be like, change this, and just do it like right away so that I don't next time go into the event and look at it and go, what were the changes I want to make? I just write those down right away.
Yep.
Or I might have to watch like a movie. Sometimes that really helps me.
Yep.
So I'll just be like, at some point, because I'll have to like stop this.
Yeah.
So watch a movie.
The
And I have, because we haven't watched anything for like a week.
Yeah, and the come down of something is actually can be made like more gentle by prepping beforehand. And this is the same, it doesn't matter if it's an event or climbing a mountain. Hydrate throughout the entire thing, eat properly, make sure sleep has happened properly, like actually set up, don't watch things, get off social media, like all these different things.
Yeah.
They just go away.
Because if you were on an event, if you're on a training and you were multitasking and not hydrating, not taking care of yourself, you're going to leave that feeling drained rather than feeling like uplifted. Speaking of hydration,
Oh yeah, let's get
let's
this.
pass that.
By the way, the whole multitasking thing,
Multitasking is a sham. And I even am still guilty of doing it. And I'll see our people online sometimes doing it. And I'm like, for the love,
yeah,
please stop multitasking.
there's no such thing as multitasking, so let's just stop calling it multitasking. What it's really doing, what it's really called, is trying to do a bunch of shit and getting nothing done.
Yeah. So I was teaching our clients
It's not
today.
possible. It's not even actually a thing.
I think we could start a movement off this because I may be the first person who's ever said this. I don't know. What was I going to say? I may be the first person who's ever said this. Instead of multitasking, it's microtasking.
Boom.
Microtasking. So
Knife
I
drop.
was teaching. Oh,
That's
careful.
a bad idea.
He just dropped his knife on the floor. Look at it. Show them what you were dropping. And you were here too.
Yeah, but it's like it's a knife.
He's a little pocket knife, but it opened when it hit the floor. Anyway, and my toes were there. They were like 3 feet away, everybody. But still, my toes were nearby. So I was teaching our system,
Mhm.
the system that I developed for microtasking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I developed it.
Tell me about this.
Well, I don't want to tell them everything. That's secret for our
Tell us
client.
one thing.
One thing about microtasking. If
What
you're
is microtasking compared to
microtasking?
multitasking?
Oh, multitasking means you're trying to do a bunch of things at once. You've got the vision for like, I need to do this big project that's actually going to take a couple of months to do. And instead of that, I'm going to switch over to Facebook because it feels too overwhelming. And then and then I went down I saw this product that looks really cool. Maybe it's like rainbow jelly beans. And no, that's really cool. And then I like follow that down a path. And next thing I know, I'm on YouTube. And then and then I was like, oh, and then I got a phone call or a message from somebody else. And then blah, 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 blah.
Buy a porcupine.
And then next thing you know, you bought yourself a porcupine off of TikTok. I mean, what the actual? This is what you get on Thursday nights with us, everybody. So you bought a porcupine off TikTok. We are hilarious.
Can you buy it?
And that's multitasking.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you feel
While driving.
while driving and trying to do 7 other things and at the end of the day, you feel like you got nothing done. And I'm not going to pacify you and tell you, you just feel like you got nothing done. You probably got less done. No, you got nothing
Yeah,
done.
nothing done.
And it sucks because you're like, I don't want to burn out of my business. I don't want to overdo it. And it's like, yeah, because you're multitasking. Don't blame your business for your multitasking habits. Don't blame your business for your multitasking habits.
It's true.
Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop blaming your business.
If you were paying, if your business was also a business coach and you were paying that business coach $100,000, like you're just like, it was no option. You just had to, regardless whether you had it or not, you would focus. You would be extremely focused on only one thing.
Yeah.
And this is the problem that the industry has created for people. It's created these tiny little products that don't cost very much, that take super low commitment, and most people don't do them. So they switch and they switch and they switch and they switch and they switch, and then they try to go do their business and they can't because they're stuck in the mode of switching all the time.
Yeah.
Settle down, pick one thing and just finish it.
And that is restful on your nervous system. Settle down, pick one thing, and just finish it.
Settle
I
down,
love that.
pick one coach and stick with them.
Pick one system
All
and do
systems
only
work
that.
to the degree that you're willing to work them. Oh, I tried this and I tried this and I tried this and it didn't really work. Well, what'd you do? I did it for 2 days and then I bought this other one. I did it for 2 days. I bought this other one and none of them work. I've decided none of them work. And it's like, yeah, it worked for 2 days because that's all you worked at.
Tell everybody you have personal experience with this and how
Oh,
your life's panned out because of switching. I didn't put you on the total
no,
comfortable
it's
spot, but I think you like it.
totally good. I used to switch all the time. I remember even just trying to do a niche one time and switching, like I'm locked in on this one and switching and switching and switching and switching. It is painful. It was
It's
like,
painful to watch.
yeah, it feels horrible. The results are absolutely nothing from it. And like so many times, I can see it from where I'm at right now to be like, if I was to go back and tell that person, whenever that was, to say,
Aw.
it all works.
Yeah.
Just pick one and go with it. It all works.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult in a world that you're having things thrown in front of your face 24/7 to think that this is the next shiny best thing. None of it works and it all works. And here's why. Because it's not about the program. It's about who you have to become to do it. And we always hear this thing like
Who
we
you
were
have to
talking about this
become to
yesterday.
stick with one thing.
And it's who you have to become to be able to see why it works. I get training, I go in, I become more and more, I become something different so that the lens I look out of is now of the business person, of the entrepreneur, of whatever it is that I'm trying to pull off. I need to become that so I can see it. If I'm just on the surface of it, I never become it and it can't happen. So what do I do now? I have one thing, I pick it and I stick with it.
Pick it and stick it. Pick and stick.
The pick and stick.
Put that in the comments wherever you're watching. Pick and stick.
Because it's the only thing that actually has ever led to results.
Yeah.
And in the game we're playing called life, the only thing that matters is the result of whatever it is we're trying to do or go for.
Yeah.
Result.
And don't think for a second, those of you watching might think like, oh, all that matters is results. That sounds like a really like push masculine model of results. And it's like, no, it's deeper than that. It's like, what is the result? Is the result you get to spend 3 days walking through the woods and walking on the beach and resting and chilling out
Exactly.
and feeling totally supported? Is the result that you feel like your nervous system is calm and you get to do what you love? Is the result that you feel like, oh, your bank account has enough in
Yeah.
it so that you can go buy that really beautiful organic linen dress that you want?
Yeah. It's like
Those are results.
that is the result. And I think a lot of the times, and this just in, is that
I
oftentimes we
said that
think
so
is
many
the
times this week.
result is the end product. But the end product's not the result. The result is the whole thing.
Yeah. And results do include clients, numbers, and income and consistency and everything that we want. But the result is bigger than that. And I'm sitting there with that right now personally and being like, oh, yeah, like the result is the whole picture. The result is how I feel, how you feel, like how I'm like, I don't need recovery. I do need recovery time. I'm saying that right now, but I'm not going to need weeks of recovery time from this. I'm like, give me a weekend and I'm set again.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good realization.
It's called long-term sustainable business strategy. And like you said, the result of the thing we want is also in there because none of us are doing entrepreneurship because let's get real honest here. Ready? None of us are doing entrepreneurship because we only want to help people. That is a total lie. Doing it also because we want to be able to fund our lives and work for ourselves and bring in money.
Right. And that's part of it getting
Transformation
honest.
and transformation.
Transformation.
Transform people's lives and transform your life by transforming people's lives.
Yeah. I like that. And then it's more honest than saying I only want to help people. Now, I always do this caveat for my women. If you have a husband who works a full-time, high-paying job and he's taking care of you, you're fine.
That ain't
Like
me.
you can, and that's not my husband. He work. I'll say it this way. He fucking works for me.
I do.
Am I allowed to say that on these platforms?
No.
Okay.
It's
So
our show. We say whatever we want,
he works for me. I could fire him.
right?
I have fired. I've fired him a couple of times. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So if you have like some kind of different freedom where you are funded and you have somebody taking care of you, that's a totally different story. But for those of you who are like, no, this is my income, I'm the income, or I want this to be the income because you want to retire somebody or take care of them, then get serious about this thing.
Mm.
Like get serious and get real about it.
It's it's interesting
I
too
gotta fix
because
my dress. It
so many
bunches up
times.
when I'm
This
sitting.
this moment is brought to you by putting everything back down where it's supposed to be.
Here we go.
I think so many times, I know for myself growing up, I heard so many times like, why do you have to be so serious? Why are you taking things so seriously? Like, why are you so extreme? Why are you so obsessed? And it's like, time out for a second. Why wouldn't I want to?
Right?
What's wrong with being seriously committed and focused to something to see it all the way through? Because I know what it takes to actually have something work, and it does take a amount of focus. It's like, no, I just want to live a free life. And it's like, yes, I want to
Freedom
free
takes
my
focus.
freedom takes focus.
Write that down.
I used to want to not have a calendar or not want any of those. I'm like, no, I just want to be
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
you didn't want a calendar.
Oh, I was so resistant to calendaring, and I got calendar, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I know where my free time is.
You were resistant to scheduling. Now you are you're a
Love
schedule
sketching.
master.
I was resistant to tracking my food. Love tracking my food.
There are a lot of things that you were resistant to. It's a good example because like in the book, The War of Art, where he talks about resistance and like that is actually pointing you towards what you need. You're like a case in point or point in case example, a case study example of like the truth of that.
Yeah.
If those of you who are watching have a truth of that in your life, like that which you resisted was exactly what you needed. Put it in the
Yes.
comments so we can see that. Like that which you resist is exactly what you need because you just named 3 things that have changed your life.
Yep. Consistent morning routine. It's like, what?
But I resist getting up earlier. Does that mean it's probably good for me? I was up pretty early this morning. I was like, I feel fine.
As long as you
It's
get
a
the sleep.
workout.
As long as you get the sleep. Well, you know what's so cool this morning? Side tangent.
I
Got
gotta
up,
yawn.
was sitting on the couch stacking, getting ready to stack, doing meditation, and I think it's full moon tonight, but the moon was shining in. It was like it was 5:30. No, it was like 5:20. The moon was shining in, and it was incredible. I just
That's
sat there and
so
I
cool.
was just like, yes.
Oh, see the experience that you get to have when you wake up early.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. What else?
That was a side tangent, and then it was something we were talking about, but
We were talking about coming off the peak.
Yep.
So like,
no, like just right now.
yeah, I know. That was the side. Did you turn our little solar lights back on?
Don't
We got these cute solar lights for outside. Speaking of side tangents.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about coming down off the peak. As a leader and an entrepreneur, when you do something big, coming down off that. So prepare for it. Know it's going to happen. Prepare for the aftercare.
Mhm.
So like some body care, some soul care. Mental fatigue is real. That was another piece. Like so
Cut out all extraneous
prepare for that.
movements within the thing too.
Yeah.
Dings, bings, the socials, the scrolling, the movies, the
Oh,
Netflix,
yeah.
the TVs, the YouTubes, all of it.
I
If you're
turned-
online that much, just get off of it. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
If the world's gonna end, you'll know.
I turned my notifications off about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I did not turn them back on. It's got to
Yeah.
be at least 12 years ago now. For real. Like I literally
Not have notifications on any computer, any phone, No watch that dings or bangs, nothing
No, nothing.
for over a decade.
My computer doesn't bing at me.
No.
Apps don't ding. If I want to go into the app, I'll go in, but not because it dinged at me. And
I even have my
that's how they get you.
right. I even have my computer set up so I had absolutely zero advertising
Oh yeah, that's
whatsoever.
cool.
So I get to actually go on and nothing
Yeah.
can really pull me
Because
away.
there are so many distractions. And I like that because that's setting yourself up when you do a big thing to come out the other side, like feeling good and not drained. And you're not drained because you gave in the big thing in your business. You're actually drained because you drained yourself with extraneous things, like people who were taking your attention who didn't need to be during that important thing that you were doing in your life, or dings and bangs and notifications and all of it. And just like,
I know you're watching on this on a social or you're watching this somewhere, but when I got to this realization, it changed everything. There is nothing in here for you. I don't mean this show. I mean
aw,
inside of these devices and the socials and stuff, there's nothing in there. It's
there is nothing
empty,
in here.
hollow, nothing.
Oof.
And how do you know? Shut your phone off and look at the screen. It's just a little device thing.
Yeah.
When
Or
I had
pretend
that,
you're your cat or your dog
right?
watching you on your screen. They have no idea, no concept of what that is. All they know is that you're just staring at a thing for an hour.
I've never
You're
consumed
just staring at this thing
online
for an
and
hour.
felt good.
Yeah, totally. Or like you're this the equivalent of just staring at I don't know, a box.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Where it's like it's pulling away precious life hours. So what we're telling you on here is to like go and shut it off. Find life.
As you're watching our show, we're saying, shut off this show.
Yeah.
Shut
If
it even
you
right now.
shut off everything because of this show, you're welcome. And we'd be totally fine with it.
If you never watch another episode again.
Yep.
Totally okay with it.
And at the same time, if you're gonna just watch one thing, it should probably be the show.
Oh, absolutely. Totally. Well, I'm feeling the hot tub
Yeah, we're
calling.
going to the
I'm
tub.
feeling the kind of like the fog.
And I need some food.
Oh yeah, but we need a tub
Feed the
first.
beast.
We have to tub first.
Operation Beast
We
Mode.
have to tub first. So we got to get you guys wrapped up so we can tub and eat.
Yeah.
And what's your takeaway from the show, everybody? Put it in the comments. What's your takeaway? Coming down off the things, whatever it is. What will you do? And we enjoyed you so much over here on Instagram, up there on Facebook and YouTube and all the other channels that we go on. And even the Instagram. And mine.
So until next time, when we have another scintillating episode of Power Couples, I'm Stephen Ocean.
And I'm Elizabeth Ocean. And we're oh shoot. We nailed that and then I screwed it up.
And we will find out how we're gonna end the show
next time. No, I was thinking something like be better together.
I'm Stephen Ocean.
I'm Elizabeth Ocean. Be better together.